Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Page of Swords podcast. Today, I am bringing my guest, Mandy Harbin, on. She had just competed at North Americans recently, and that was held in Pittsburgh. So, Mandy, thank you so much for coming on. And let's just start off with the basics. Where are you located at right now? Like, where do you live?
Yeah, I'm in Alabama.
How old are you?
34.
34. Awesome. Do you feel like, I feel like I ask everybody this, but at your age, do you feel like you're like in your prime right now for competing? Like, do you feel like you've got that muscle maturity and everything?
Not really, only because I just started working, like literally started in the gym 2 years ago.
Oh yeah? Really?
So I haven't been, I have a 9-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son, and then I have a stepson as well, but the two I've birthed. Before then, I was like one of those that would like, my work would have like these little boot camp lunch things, and I'd like do it for 2 weeks and then stop. And I ate what I wanted to. I didn't know anything about nutrition or anything like that. And so in April of 2018, so a little over 2 years ago, I really got interested. Somebody actually brought up bodybuilding to me, and I thought it was a man's sport. I didn't know anything about it. I was like, that's what men do. And they were like, no, look into it. You could probably do really well in it. And I was like, I don't have any muscle. Like, I don't even, you know. And so I got in the gym and did like a 5-week prep for my first show. It was funny because I was getting married and I had a honeymoon during my prep to an all-inclusive resort. So, all the food and drinks you wanted during prep. Ate like I wanted to, 5-week prep. Shouldn't have even competed, but I just wanted to know what it was, and then I was hooked.
Who was your coach at that time?
At that time, it was Tiffany Chandler.
Okay.
She is a fitness competitor, and she wasn't really my coach. She was more like just a mentor at that time, because the person that introduced me was a guy from where I live now in Alabama, and he was friends with my husband. And he was like, just start following this girl. And then I reached out to her, and she was from Auburn, Alabama, or Opelika. And so I reached out to her, and she kind of gave me some pointers, and then I hired her as a coach for a little while.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Is this the show your first show, the Nashville American Champions?
That was my second show.
Okay. Was that first show not an NPC show?
It was in Dothan, Alabama. It was really small.
Okay. I'm on the NPC website, and it doesn't go back that far, maybe, or something.
Yeah,
but
it was called the Body B1, but
okay.
That was my second one, though. And like looking at that, I shouldn't have even been on stage. Like, what was that?
Oh, girl. No.
Everybody starts somewhere.
So. Exactly. And so if this was your second show, like, were you still working with Tiffany then?
I was.
Okay, cool.
She was there at the show. I did bikini and figure in this show. I placed third in bikini and first in figure.
That's great for, second show, especially after getting your feet wet and everything like that. So I think that's great. And like, what was your show experience there at the second show? Like,
I loved it.
There are a lot of competitors.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. But like my feedback from that show, and you could see in my art, like my posing was awful. And I didn't have that was one thing. Tiffany and I didn't really work on posing. I didn't have a posing coach. So I was just kind of watching like YouTube and stuff at that time, trying to learn from other people.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. Because you know how it is. Like you learn as you go, sort of thing. Now, what kind of cardio were you doing then?
I think I was only doing like 20 or 30 minutes on like the elliptical.
Oh, that's not bad.
Barely anything, not compared to now, but I'm so addicted to this sport. Like, it is my life.
I know, girl. I've been following you for a little while now, because it was probably like right before like COVID, because we can kind of talk about your training, because you were like training on your deck, training on the pool. You were sweating because like I'm sure it's really hot in Alabama and everything. And that was the middle of your prep, like.
I was prepping for when COVID started. I was prepping for Chicago, junior nationals. That would have been in June.
Yeah.
And so I'd started prep for that, and all the gyms shut down, and I was like, what am I going to do? I can't go without working out. And my husband's like, oh, you'll be fine. You can just do some stuff with bands. You know, I'm like, no, I have to work out. I have to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we called a friend of ours that owns a CrossFit gym, and we were like, can we rent some equipment? And he was like, $75, and you can come get what you want. And so what we racked up, we filled up a trailer and we set it up on my back porch, and it was literally 90 degrees, and I was out there every day working out on my back porch. And I really, like, I pushed myself so hard compared to even like how I would do in the gym. Like, I felt like I worked out harder because maybe because you were like, you felt constrained, I guess, you know, you were like, this is all I got to put in the most effort possible.
Yeah. And I feel like because you were outside and it was sweating too. I mean, I could tell. I feel like when you're sweating, you're just like, I must be doing something. So I'm going to keep pushing and keep going. Like, could you breathe outside? Like, it looked like it was so hot. It looked like it was hard to breathe.
It was so hot. Like, I sweat. I guess, yeah, I was sweating so bad. And then I ended up buying, I got an elliptical, but I used it so much that I broke the welding on it. So I had to get rid of that. But I have a bike and a treadmill now here in my office. And so I have that at home for cardio. But when I get burnt out, so like I've been in prep now for like 26 weeks or something. I don't even know how long it's been now. And so I'm definitely worn out. And so in the mornings, like, I'll get up and do like 30 minutes here at the house before everybody's awake. And then I'll get the kids ready for school and get them off to school. And then I'll go do another 30 or 45 minutes at the gym just to get it in. And then, like, on one of my breaks during the day, I'll stick another 30 minutes in there. So I try to like break it up so I'm not so burnt out, and then, you know, get my workout in the afternoon.
So that's good. So you're kind of getting like almost like 2 sessions in, and then
3 or 4. So.
You're just going to keep moving. That's great though. So who's coaching you now?
Autumn Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah. And she does your posing and everything too. Yeah. She's fantastic.
She's amazing.
What kind of diet does she have you on? Is it kind of like, are you high carb or low carb?
And that's, everybody's like, how do you eat the same thing every day? I've literally eaten the same thing every day for 25 weeks. Luckily I have oatmeal, and that saves my life. I have oatmeal every single morning, and that's like my favorite breakfast ever. So, right now I have 1 high carb day, and the rest are just moderate carbs, but my carbs in prep, even up to peak week, don't drop below 90 carbs a day. So it's not too bad.
No, that's good. It sounds like it's almost like a carb cycle that you have going on too. Yeah.
We just pull out all the greens the week of. So I don't have any kind of digestive issues. But other than that, that's a little hard because a couple of the meals are just a meat and green, and then you just have meat, and that's just not very fulfilling.
No, just protein. Yeah, I remember those days because like you eat it and you feel like your body just burns it like instantly. You're like, okay.
I'm weird too. So I even asked her the other day, I was like, so my oatmeal is pretty fulfilling, you know, because it's like a cup of oatmeal. So that's a lot of oatmeal. And I don't know if you know the trick with oatmeal, but you can put a little bit of baking powder in it and microwave it once, and then let it sit for a while. Microwave it again, let it sit for a while. Keep adding water and keep microwaving. It gets bigger and bigger.
Okay.
You get more consistency from it. So I split it up into 2 separate eating times, so it feels like I'm getting more food. And then sometimes I even I get rice, but you know, rice is really high in calories, so it can fill your calories up really quick. So what I do instead a lot of times is do cauliflower rice and just do more of it. Okay. Because you can get so much more food out of it for way less calories, and you can still get enough carbs to. So that's a little. So, and butternut squash instead of sweet potatoes, because they're basically, they taste the same. I put them in the air fryer. Yeah. And they taste the same to me, and they're way less carbs, so I can put more into my meal doing it that way. So it's worked for me.
Yeah, it's a good trick. Yeah, trying to find ways to just keep your mind occupied or just full. Like vegetables are always the go-to, definitely. Yeah. Now, does your family eat anything that you cook? Are you used to cooking separate stuff?
No, I have to cook them separate. Wednesdays today is their eat out day, so we do like I live in a really small town, so it's called Cat's Delivery, and they get Chick-fil-A every Wednesday. So I just ordered their food, and it'll be here soon, and I get to watch them eat that. But like last night, I fixed them pork chops and mashed potatoes, and the night before they had burgers and tater tots. So it's like it's hard. It's really hard cooking for them.
Because I don't have any children, but I can only imagine just the mindset. I feel like you probably are so focused that you literally like don't care. But I'm sure you're human. I'm sure there's times where you just like that smell just hit different.
Yeah. We had, luckily, usually we have a lot of people at our house because we have the pool, so everybody wants to come to our house.
Yeah.
But during this prep, I've really told my husband, I'm like, people need to stay away. It sounds terrible, but I have not wanted to be social at all this prep. And so I don't know if it's because it's been so long or what, but we had people over for the football game Saturday, and they ordered Zaxby's platters, and there was spinach dip and chips and queso and guacamole, and then they made s'mores. And I told Autumn, I was like, I have a confession. And she's like, what? And I said, there was this little Hershey's bar, the little minis Hershey's for the s'mores. I was like, it was staring at me, and it would not quit asking me to eat it. And she was like, you're just giving your points away to somebody else. She was like, you cannot give in to those temptations. And I did. I ate it, and I felt like crap. I'm like, it wasn't even it wasn't like it was a big cookie or a big bowl of ice cream. It was a tiny little chocolate. And I'm like, why did you do that?
Mm-hmm. But that's good that you're honest with your coach, though. That's really important, I feel, to also, let people know, like, you're not afraid to tell your coach, like, hey, I messed up, and being so close to your next show. What show are you doing next?
Universe in Charleston, South Carolina. So I think we're a little over 4 weeks out.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the 12th of November.
To be honest, like you do, that little piece of chocolate, you got time, but it's just that mindset. Like, I understand, like, the coach is still going to be like, thanks for telling me, but she's still going to be like, hey, you shouldn't have. But hey,
I will say, and it's been really hard. A lot of coaches give like cheat meals every once in a while, and to me, like, my body has been ready since June. Yeah. Like I've had no problems getting lean. But I haven't been allowed any cheat meals my entire prep. So besides Pittsburgh after the show, she was like, enjoy your next 2 days because it's back to prep on Monday. Mm-hmm. And so I did. I enjoyed big time.
What'd you have?
Oh, so much. Right after the show, of course, I didn't celebrate getting second because I wanted my pro card. Mm-hmm. I was super upset that I didn't win, and I just didn't even say good job, Mandy, for getting second. Like, I was so upset that I didn't get my pro card. Mm-hmm. So I immediately ate an entire chocolate candy bar, like this big, one of those with the tiny little M&Ms in it. Mm-hmm. Ate that, and then I had one of those 5-pound cookies that everybody sells on Instagram,
Oh, yeah.
Big giant. I ate half of one of those, and then about 4 Almond Joys and an oatmeal cream pie immediately after the show.
Oh my God. I'm glad that you like Almond Joys too, because that was my post-show. I love coconut.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm there with you. And they're so high in fat, and you're just like, why can't the coconut make you healthy?
I know. Those come with me. So when I did my own prep for Miami, which was in November. And I did it for Miami, and which one was before Miami?
Universe. You did Junior Nationals here, the red.
I did Junior Nationals, but I did Universe.
Okay.
So it was in New Jersey. So I did New Jersey and Miami. I did my own preps.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that was Miami.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that was like a 9-week prep.
Okay.
But you know what I ate backstage was M&Ms and almond joys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
you
don't
look
get
so
that.
full and like good.
But I don't get that now.
Oh, well, I understand. Like, what do you do for work?
I work for a medical software company, but I work from home full time.
Hmm.
So I started at this company when I was 19. So this will be, I think, my 14th or 15th year with the company. I think it's my 14th.
Have you been working from home that whole time?
No,
Oh,
when
okay.
I moved from Georgia 3 years ago to Alabama,
Hmm.
I got permission to work from home remote
Okay.
full time. I just have to travel to Tampa every like 6 months.
Oh, okay.
It's not too bad.
Hmm. Yeah,
Very
I was
lucky.
going to say I work from home too, and I mean I've always had a desk job, but I don't get cheat meals a lot either, and I just always feel like it's because I don't move around so much. And I'm surprised because it sounds like you kind of move around as much as you can. Did
Yeah,
that happen during prep, or were you always trying to move around as much as possible?
always.
Okay.
I am a cardio bunny though, and I will not take a day off. Even though I'm supposed to take 2 rest days, I will not take a rest day.
Wow.
I won't. I just can't. Like I literally, if my rest day consists of an hour of cardio at least.
Okay.
And if I don't like, if I don't do an hour of cardio, say I do 45 minutes or 30 minutes, I at least do abs or something that, I mean, I have to do something because I just cannot take a day off.
I understand. I mean, I'm sure Autumn knows, and she probably just adjusts to whatever she has to for you. But at least you're moving. I mean, you got those nice cut legs and stuff, and that has to, help from the cardio.
Yeah.
So you said you're doing mostly treadmill and a bike right now?
Yeah, and I do the Stairmaster some, and I do the elliptical some.
Mhm.
I switch it up.
Your gym's back open now, right? And you're
Well,
pretty much going there mostly?
my gym is not open. I'm going to another gym here. Our gym, right during COVID, got hit by a tornado. So
Oh,
they're still putting it back together because
okay.
they decided to pretty much rebuild the entire gym.
Yeah.
So they're still working on that. So we've just been using like a local little small, it's not built for a bodybuilder. So I'm literally like, you'll see me, my post, like I come up with stuff on my own to work hamstrings because there's no hamstring machines. Like, I don't know if you saw, there was one story I posted or something I posted using the rower, where you row
Yeah.
your arms, but you lay on your back and you use the seat and you put your feet on it and pull the seat so you're working your hamstrings.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like the one you lay on your bench and put the dumbbell between your
Yep.
legs.
I remember that one. Yeah, because that one's really good. Even like honestly, even just to do regularly, like
Yeah.
especially I've seen them on the floor where it's
Yeah.
almost like a pause and then you kind of resist it sort of. Yeah, that's a really good exercise. Yeah, I wasn't sure like what you got going on down in Alabama, like what the restrictions are like. I mean,
Yeah. Everything's back open.
good. That's great. So let's see here. What date is the next show? Is that you said 4 weeks
November
out?
12th.
November 12th. Okay. That'd be cool. So like how was your experience at North Americans then? Because it was under the tent. I mean, no spectators. I
It was
mean, yeah.
different. It was really organized, though. I mean,
Mhm.
to be like, I mean, it was different for everybody. So the only thing I would say, like the biggest complaint was when we got moved from the hotel to the tent on the bus. When we got in the tent, there was way too many people back, like in the backstage or whatever you
Okay.
want to call it. You could not, there was nowhere to even, you couldn't pump up. There was nowhere to even sit. There was
Okay.
way too many competitors.
And
So
I heard that it was kind of hot too. Did you have to
it was
like,
hot.
ooh, yeah, and
Yeah.
you're trying to keep your tan good?
Yeah.
That
My glue did not, they were in such a hurry calling us
yeah.
that I didn't, like my glue was so quick and you can see it in some of the pictures, like my bottoms are not up where they should be, which I have a big waist. And if my bottoms aren't up high, it looks even bigger. So I feel like that hurt me a little bit. Not blaming it on the glue people, but it did kind of suck.
Yeah, it is rough because you're like, they're probably in a hurry back there. And because I'm friends with a few of those girls and, it's like they're probably exhausted from the day. I mean, let's see. I mean, it was a pretty big class. overall. Sorry, I was bringing up the pictures.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, there we go. You have you seem like you always had a different colored suit though. That's fun. Who's
I
your
did.
suit
I've
maker?
had a different suit every single show.
Yeah.
This suit was actually sponsored by Cookie Stagewear.
Okay.
She did a really good job on it. It fit really nice. It was a little big up top, and you can see it just a little bit where it gathers underneath the.
Yeah.
But I have another one that I think I'm gonna wear for Universe. It's still got. I've trend towards the blue colors. Blue look good on me. So
Yeah, with the blonde. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And this was the first time I'd ever paid for hair and makeup. I've always done
Okay.
my own hair and makeup.
Okay.
But I decided that I would do my own hair for Universe, but I'm still going to do the makeup. And my husband actually normally does my tan,
Yeah.
but I did their tan this time too.
Okay. Now, the tan that you do yourself, is that the Pro Tan kit?
Do the Jantana.
Jantana? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you've had good experiences with that? Because
Yeah.
I've always often thought about it, but then I get nervous. But I hear everyone that does it's fine.
I keep it at home and I use it like that. I don't lay in the tanning bed. Like I use it at home.
Okay. You just put like one little coat on or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's good. So does your husband works out too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But his motivation's been down a little bit since our gym, because our gym was so like it's made for bodybuilders. Like it has our picture, it has my picture on the wall and other people from here, which is only about 4 people that have ever done bodybuilding in this town. But it's still cool. Like it just feels more of that atmosphere. And so the gym that we go to now is not very motivating. You just get in there and you do it. I mean, basically, like today I got in there and I had shoulders and I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. And I got started. And I always, especially right now in prep, I'm like, I'm so tired. And by the time I get in there, I'm like, gosh, I don't want to do this. But once I get started, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. And I feel so good when I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Is he kind of your spotter, or are you kind of on your own?
No, I do my own.
Okay, cool. Is it busy right now because with your other gym closed? Did a lot of people from your other gym
Not
go?
Really.
No.
We don't have a very big town.
Okay.
We have a university here for college students, but they have their own gym at the university, so a lot of the college students go there. So really, it's just more older people that go to the gym.
Did you get feedback from North Americans back?
Yeah. Bigger quad sweep was basically the feedback. A little more depth in my back and a little more shoulder caps.
Okay.
It was more like, if I had to pick something, this would be it.
Right. So, yeah, I know. Like I saw Trish was first place, and like, right. I mean, you two were so close.
And we're friends. And so the whole entire prep, we knew, like, we didn't even know who else was competing, but we knew it was between us.
Yeah.
So like we were
that's
like,
what it ended up being. It was just you two.
One of us were gonna get it. And so, we had both said, we're gonna be happy for each other. And I told her, we went out to eat on Saturday night with her and Joe. And I was like, I have to be honest, I'm really upset. And she was like, I would be too. I mean, she was like, I said, I'm happy for you, but I'm upset. Like I've put in a lot of work. And she was like, you're gonna get it. And I know that. And that's a lady at the gym. She was like, I know it. You were upset, but she was like, God's got a plan, and it'll happen. And I said, yeah, he's telling me I can dig a little deeper.
Exactly. And you know what, too? I mean, this is the thing that always runs through my mind about turning pro. Enjoy the amateur shows, because once you're a pro, you can't do all those fun shows, like all the experiences. Like once you're with the pros, you're with the pros, and you can't turn back.
I definitely have some growing to do before I get on a pro stage.
I know, it's just so exciting though, right? You're just like, I just want that feeling.
I do. I just want it, like, I want it so bad, because it's not really the title, but it's like I've put in so much work, and I know I've only been doing it for 2 years, but I've done I've done several national shows. This will be my, let's see, I did Junior Nationals, Universe, Miami, North America. So this will be my 5th national show.
Okay.
And so there's girls out there that are getting to their first shows. Right. And I'm like, and then there's, and I hate to say this, but every class, let's say every class has 10 or more people in it, and you're given a pro card to one or two spots. Sometimes those one or two spots in that class didn't even really, like, just because they would look the best, they still weren't the best. They
Yes,
still
right.
went, like, let's say me and Trish, we both have pro bodies. Like, I'm not
Definitely.
being big headed, but
No,
two
definitely.
should have both gotten pro cards.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was maybe another class where somebody won and they really shouldn't have gotten one, but
No,
they
they were
were
just
just
good in their class.
fit.
Yep.
Yeah, they were just and that is the one thing I don't really love about the way the cards are lined up.
Yeah, and you're in the tall class, and like you ladies have dramatic shapes because it's just you have long limbs and like you just
It's really
I don't
hard
know.
to
I
do.
love the long ladies. I'm
Yeah,
like I'm not tall, so I love it.
the quad sweep is like the hardest thing to build. So we're all built different. So like if you look at Trish has a very long, skinny torso. I have a really short, clumpy torso, but my quad is the majority of my body.
Mm-hmm.
It is so long. And so that is like the hardest muscle for me to get big because it's so long.
Right, right.
I mean,
I
same
know.
thing. My extremities are just like my legs and my arms are so long. It's really hard to like. I mean, this has taken so like I thought I would never have delts. I was like, I'm never gonna have those shoulders.
What did you? Because I'm trying to grow mine too. Is there anything that you felt made the biggest difference in your shoulder growth?
Going heavy and doing it twice a week.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy twice a week. Because I try to incorporate some shoulder on chest. I don't know if you do anything like that. Is it just two full shoulders?
I actually don't work chest. I don't
Okay.
have a chest day. There's like one chest exercise in my shoulder day.
Okay. Well, it's probably like similar to that then. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, they're kind of all connected. I think chest is kind of fun. Probably because I lift with the guys.
Well, the
But
funny thing is, so the past couple of weeks, I'll go on my lunch break, and Mondays, I have quad focus. So I have a quad focus day and a hamstring focus day. So Monday is quads, and so I'll go do my workout. It takes me about an hour and 20 minutes to do that workout. And when me and my husband go, usually in the afternoon, I will still go with him and do chest with him on Monday just because I want to do. So I'll do 2 workouts in one day plus all my cardio. So he's like, no wonder you're tired.
well, yeah, right. But it's fun. I can really tell that you really enjoy the sport, and there's just if there's something to do, you're almost like being like Jay Cutler, like getting your 2 workouts in and the cardio and the full-time bodybuilding life.
Yeah, I mean, it really, I love it. And I love being able to work from home because I don't have to luckily there's a place in Troy called Preston's that does all my meals.
Oh,
So that instead of prepping like individual meals, I just ask for bags of meat and like green beans and sweet potatoes. So I just get them in Ziploc bags. But when it's time to eat, let's say like meal 2 is 4 ounces of chicken and 3 ounces of sweet potato, I just go to my kitchen and I throw it in the air fryer, and I don't have to meal prep. Like it's nice and fresh.
Yeah, as fresh as you can get. Like I'm used to cooking out of habit. Like I just go right over there and cook and then because my kitchen's like literally like right there, and I just walk over here, I go back to work, let it cook. But it is so nice that it's so fresh. Like because I feel like it's not the most important thing, but I know a lot of people are like, if you can reduce your microwave usage as much as possible, that's always nice if you can shorten that a little bit. Not that that's like a huge thing, but it is nice to try.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite meal then to eat on prep?
Oatmeal.
The oatmeal.
Straight up.
It's just oatmeal. Did you get any eggs or anything?
No.
Straight carb.
So it's oatmeal with a half scoop of protein and some berries.
Now, what the flavor is the protein powder?
I use the Dimetized Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, those are good. So out of all the shows, what's that?
I also like, you're probably gonna think this is weird, but chicken and egg whites with the Walden's Farm sugar-free syrup on it.
No, I do that with turkey. I know exactly what you're doing.
Also good on tilapia and butternut squash.
Well, there's a guy at my gym that told me about doing stevia with tilapia. And he was like, don't knock it till you try. I never tried it before, but I believe.
Syrup is good on anything. I actually put a little bit of that in my oatmeal too, just to give it a little more sweetness. But
Yeah, I do that
I
too.
don't know how good that Walden's Farm stuff is for you.
I know, right? It's like, I was just going to ask you that. It's good to hear that you're still using like the sugar-free stuff, because I know some
I'll
people
take
take
it
it off.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, like the last week I won't have any, but
Okay.
I don't know how good it is. I think it does mess with my digestion. Makes me
Okay.
feel bloated. I think, but other than that, I don't think it's like making me hold any, like I don't.
Yeah, I think as long as you're going to the bathroom regularly, because like I'll do
Oh
a
yeah.
detox drink. Is that
Have
okay
you
with you?
have you tried Revive? Anything from Revive supplements?
No, but I definitely know they have greens and stuff.
Oh my gosh, their chocolate greens
Yeah.
are like a freaking milkshake. I have
Ooh.
that when I get up every morning. I actually put my cup of coffee
Mhm.
I put my cup of coffee in my blender, and then I sit it in ice and let it get cold. And then I do my scoop of greens and mix it in my blender with a little ice. It is freaking amazing.
I'm gonna have to try that, because I'm starting Prep Friday. So I was like, I want
Oh,
to start cutting some of that stuff out, like my creamers and stuff. And I'm like,
yes.
I can do black coffee when I'm deep in prep and my taste buds are out of this world, but like, I'm like, I can't do this black coffee crap yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I drink my coffee with that. And I'm telling you, like the sweet, it helps with the sweet tooth. And I just do that like when I get on the bike in the morning for 30 minutes, I just put it in like a big blender cup and drink on that while I'm on the bike. And it feels like I'm getting a treat. And it does help with the bathroom.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's all in one, because I love sweet stuff.
It's amazing. I highly recommend it.
Do you take anything else like supplement wise for cardio, like fat burners or anything like that?
Maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, I'll do like a fat burner drink. So this morning I had one from Still, the STEEL, I think is
Okay.
the company, and
Yep.
it was orange dreamsicle,
Ooh.
and I blended it with ice and made it like a slushy.
Ooh.
So I get creative.
Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm like, okay.
The other one I do is from Raw Supplements.
Yep.
I'm sure you've seen them, and it's like a mango pineapple,
Okay.
and I blend it like a slushy too.
Ooh, that sounds so freaking good. I mean, it's the little things in prep, like, because I mean, there's people that have a sweet tooth, like probably us, and then there's some people who are like, I'd rather do savory than sweet, and I'm like, no, I
I
want all the
never
sweet parts.
I never ate sweets before I started competing.
Really?
I never wanted sweets. My daughter, she will not eat cupcakes or cake or anything. She was just like me. She's just like me. But now all I want is something sweet.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate it.
I really do feel like our taste buds just like change our brain, and we just crave like really weird shit. Like, I'm trying to think of some stuff. They always say that like when you're on prep, you want stuff that you've never wanted before, like you just said with sweets. And I don't know what it is. Because even with dieting, like there's a lot of things that I never liked before. Like I used to hate mushrooms, and now I'll eat them because I feel guilty free eating them.
That sounds good.
So let me see. I wanted to ask real quick. I know this is really random, but when's your birthday?
July 11th.
What are you, a Leo? Or no, you're
Sir.
Cancer. Yeah.
Big heart.
Yeah, that's I know a lot of moms with that. The caring and everything sign.
Yeah. I actually have a really positive attitude. Like I don't hold grudges. There's just no point in life and like to hold grudges against if somebody says something to you, just blow it off.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
That's their opinion.
Right.
People tell me my muscles look like a man all the time. I don't care. I like it.
Yeah,
My husband likes it.
And you got a husband and kids that probably love you, and it's just like, it don't really matter.
Definitely. I'm like, don't worry about what other people say.
Do you ever have any of that with Instagram? Do you ever get on there and compare and stuff? Was it hard with like the show and trying to look for your competition?
Yes. So I did that several shows. This show, this time,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had 10 weeks between North Americans and Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, tunnel vision, do not try to look people up who are competing. Just do your thing and go out there and be your best. Because I've always done that. I've always looked up my competition. And I was like, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm just
That's
going to
good.
do my
You
thing.
just put your phone down or what?
I mean, of course I scroll, but like, I don't like make it I was to the point where I was going on the NPC online and finding competitors from last year and looking them up, seeing if they were competing again. Like, I was to the point where I was trying to find people who I would be up against.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, just be up against yourself.
And that's a good attitude to have, because I know, like, I think that's kind of like how I found you. I really wanted to do North Americans, and then I backed out before COVID even did its course. And then, I was kind of like looking to see like girls like you that were working hard, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't do the show. It was like making me feel better, but it was motivating, like, to see girls like you still working your ass off during quarantine and getting through it. So I do commend you for that. And hey, that has to feel good on its own to go through all of the restrictions and make it out okay. Because second place at a big North American show is still good.
It is. I think it's so crazy though. Listen, so my first national show I placed third. My second I placed fourth. My third I placed fifth, and then my fourth I placed second. So I placed second, third, fourth, and fifth. The only one missing is first.
Girl,
so it's got to be the next one.
It has to be. It'll be a great way to end the year.
I will tell you. When are you posting this?
I'll probably post it tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and nobody knows. Actually, nobody even knows I'm competing.
Oh, really? No one knows? I mean, girl, maybe because I follow and I'm just like, nah, she's definitely doing another show.
I think a lot of people probably assume it, but I haven't put it out there, so I guess I'll have to put it out there now. But I'm actually going to do a crossover to physique as well.
Cool.
Because, for one, it's 4 chances at a pro card because it's top 2 in each division.
Right.
And if I get it in physique, then I can still compete figure, which is what I want to do. I don't want to be physique. But I've been practicing the posing, and it's really hard. And so Autumn hasn't really posted anything about herself competing, but she is competing, and I'm going to watch her this weekend.
I did see her on the list. Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm going to Atlanta's 3 hours from here, and I'm from west of Atlanta, so I'm going to go watch her compete. I'm really excited. And we haven't got to work on posing yet. That's because I don't want to. This is her week. This is her thing, and I'm not going to impose on that. So next week we start posing practice for that, and they're hard.
Yeah,
the poses are hard.
The one that's like a back double or the legs out and stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
Did you see on my story the other day? I was like, I really want to perfect this pose. But I was like hinting, but I didn't want to say that I was doing it.
I saw that. Okay, now I remember. You're just like, how's this or something?
Yes, I haven't entered the division yet because I want to make sure I get it first. I don't want to enter it if I can't do it because you have to have a routine too with music.
Right.
So.
Which that sounds fun, but that also sounds like
it's only 4 weeks, and I don't know if it's a lot. I already have a lot on my plate, so I don't know. Either way, figures top 2.
Yeah.
So
hey, that's exciting though, because to be honest, like maybe if you just keep practicing the posing, maybe you can just kind of roll in and just go for it and get your feet wet and just.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like
you're already there.
Even if I place like top 5 in physique, that'd be cool. I mean, I wouldn't get my pro card, but that would still be like, dang, I didn't even know I could do this.
More stage time, more pictures.
And actually, Autumn had sent my pictures from last prep. I might have been like 3 weeks out or something. She had sent them to a few judges she knew, Sandy being one of them. I didn't realize that till after the show. And they had all said, do not bring her in any leaner or she's going to be physique. So, that's the only thing is like there's a fine line between figure and physique.
Yes.
Like I can't come into that was a lot of feedback that I have gotten from past shows is don't come in any leaner. Mm-hmm. My body just gets really lean and it's hard to fill it up without bloating my belly. Mm-hmm. With any food. Any food will make my belly bloat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you like to do all that cardio.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to figure out like what to do. And you know, North Americans kind of sucked in a way because I had my oatmeal. My foods did not change at all. The first like the peak week is the same as any other week for us.
Exactly. Right.
So nothing changed besides taking out the greens.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had my oatmeal while I was getting my hair done at like 7:30 that morning. Well, you know, we didn't go on stage till like 3.
Yeah, you guys were like
So
super late.
all I had between the oatmeal and then was my regular meals, which was like chicken and turkey and like nothing. And so Shane Hughley is Autumn's coach, and he was there, and she was like, go look at her. And I told him, I said, I'm gonna be honest, I think I need some carbs. And he's like, I think you need some carbs too. Go downstairs and get some oatmeal. So I ate oatmeal, but it was only like 20 minutes before stage.
Okay.
So now we know we've either got to have something lighter in the morning and we've got to figure out the show time. That's what is so hard.
For sure.
But I need the carbs. We just got to figure out when to have them.
Yeah. Hey, it's still a learning experience.
Yeah.
And that's good that you're going to do another show. Just like you said, it's probably for a reason. Do another show. Well, girl, I've had you on for we're at 40 minutes. So it was really nice getting to talk to you, and I want you to be able to go feed the kiddos. So what's your Instagram for everybody? Anywhere that they can follow you or anything?
What is my Instagram? Mandy_Harbin, I believe. And then just Facebook is Mandy Harbin, Mandy Harbin.
Yeah. Well, I'm wishing you best of luck in 4 weeks. I'll be following. And yeah, let's get that pro card, girl.
Yes, girl. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.